From the moment Uncharted: Drake's Fortune was released in 2007, Sony knew it had a hit series on its hands. Uncharted has gone on to become one of the most revered series in gaming, achieving massive critical acclaim for its action-packed set pieces and well-crafted narratives. Uncharted 4: A Thief's End, released in May 2016, was another massive hit. So more than 2 years later, why hasn't Sony released Uncharted 5? Here are a few guesses. End of an era. By the time the credits roll in A Thief's End, it's obvious that protagonist Nathan Drake's time as a globe-trotting treasure hunter is up. Creative director Neil Druckmann told The Sun that Uncharted 4 is, quote, the end for Nathan Drake, explaining, "I feel the best way to honor him is to go out on top, to finish his story." But that's not to say there won't be another Uncharted title at some point. After all, Uncharted: The Lost Legacy, a standalone expansion to Uncharted 4 without Nathan Drake, was released in August 2017, and Lost Legacy's creative director Sean Escaig told Eurogamer in June 2017 that there are still plenty of Uncharted stories to tell. I wouldn't say Lost Legacy is the end. This thieving world is huge. There's so many characters. To say the Uncharted world is done, I doubt that highly. So why haven't we heard any rumblings about the next numbered installment? Priorities. Despite the bleaker, more adult tone, 2013's post-apocalyptic adventure The Last of Us shone through with everything that made Uncharted great: a well-told story, authentic dialogue, and frantic, high cinematic set pieces. It all had the hallmarks of a Naughty Dog classic and was a huge success. Announced during Sony's 2016 PlayStation Experience, the highly anticipated The Last of Us Part 2 doesn't even have a release date as of the making of this video. So Naughty Dog clearly has its hands full. It seems unlikely the studio would want to divide its workforce to develop another huge game like Uncharted 5 simultaneously, if they even could. When Lost Legacy was in development in June 2017, Escaig told Eurogamer, "We have a truly ambitious schedule. The Last of Us Part 2 is working, but at a lot slower pace right now. The entire team is on Lost Legacy, that's a couple hundred of us strong." So Uncharted 5 might not be in the works yet simply because Naughty Dog doesn't have the manpower to develop two AAA titles at the same time. What about handing it over to a new developer? Druckmann told Games Radar in 2016 that he's open to that idea. "If a new developer made a great game, I'd be excited. I'd want to play an Uncharted I didn't work on. It'd be a lot of fun. Obviously, Naughty Dog would have a big part in it as the creators of the franchise. We just want to make sure they get the essence of it right." The multiplayer dilemma. With Battle Royale-style games such as Fortnite and PUBG all the rage, Sony and the developers have a tough choice on their hands regarding the next Uncharted title. Do they refine the pre-existing Uncharted multiplayer formula, or overhaul it to make Uncharted 5's multiplayer mode jump on the Battle Royale bandwagon? Making the switch could certainly pay off, but it could also hamper development, considering it's such a radical departure from the matches the engine is currently capable of handling. Tweaking multiplayer features could be partly to blame for why Naughty Dog has yet to set a firm release date for The Last of Us Part 2. In June 2018, co-director Kurt Marginor told GameSpot, "Multiplayer is coming back in The Last of Us Part 2. We're not going to talk details yet about what form that takes, but we can confirm there will be multiplayer." Cinematic synergy. With an Uncharted prequel movie in the works starring Spider-Man Homecoming's Tom Holland, it makes sense for Sony and Naughty Dog to wait and release Uncharted 5 and the still-unnamed flick together. But there's no telling when the film is going to be released. It's been in development for more than a decade, but the project now has a few promising names attached. Screen Rant reported in January 2018 that Night at the Museum and Stranger Things director Sean Levy is helming the origin story, while Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. writer and producer Rafe Judkins is writing the screenplay. Rumor has it Uncharted 5 might already be in the works, according to a report from Game Revolution, but as of the making of this video, it's just a rumor. In April 2018, Sony posted a job listing for a lead gameplay animator to help create a title that sure sounds a lot like Uncharted. Plus, the studio Sony is staffing is partnering with Visual Arts Service Group, the team responsible for helping to bring previous Uncharted titles to life. Only time will tell if this unannounced title turns out to be Uncharted 5, but it looks promising. That would put the release date in a way too distant future for many fans, but it would also set Sony up for yet another record-shattering blockbuster exclusive, following 2018's God of War and The Last of Us Part 2, which is a safe bet for 2019.